Where am I?
It's been a while.
Hey, everybody. I don't know if you remember us. We're Creative Arcade. We did a podcast last year. We started and decided to take a few months off, like a sabbatical.
And our tens of fans are disappointed that we haven't been keeping up with this. That's not true. There's not tens of fans.
Right. You're yeah. What are we thinking?
We could probably name the few off by name.
Yeah. So for all 10 of you, or at least count on one hand.
Hold on now. We actually have had some good analytics, and we've had a lot of people watch.
Okay. All right. For all 20 of you.
That's tens.
Yeah. So sorry we've been kind of on a hiatus, or whatever you want to call it, the last few months. We
Jeff's pregnant.
I was getting to that. No. Sorry, we've just been really busy at a Creative Arcade. I think the last time we actually put something out was in October.
Yep.
So sorry about that.
But no more.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
2017, we're gonna ramp this thing up, and we're not even just saying that. Like, we're for reals. So
We're also saying that.
We're also saying that. No, but we November. I don't remember. I think we started to hint that we redid our office space last fall. I don't know if we ever really talked about that much.
No, I can't remember.
I don't remember either. It's now done. It's been done since early December, but that took up a lot of our time into November. And then you got, deer hunting in there. You got Thanksgiving, eating turkey. Early December, what did we do? We went to West Virginia, visit our client out there, which was super fun.
Yeah, we got to go watch West Virginia Mountaineers play Baylor in football.
Yeah, we got to do a little tailgating. Met some people that somehow know where we live, and it was really odd. Small world moments. It was kind of fun.
That community loves their West Virginia University.
Yep, it's everywhere. It's even in planter boxes on the ground. Their planter boxes are in the shape of a WV logo.
It's awesome. It was so much fun.
It was pretty cool. And then what happened? December happened, so Christmas, holidays.
We hosted a chamber event here in our newly renovated office. In fact, we finished, I think, the night before.
Yeah, it was. I was still putting base on the wall. I was gluing base to the wall, and I think you could still smell it the next morning. But
we had great turnout for that. People seemed excited about the space, and
a lot of people that hadn't heard of us. It was their first time, but they seemed to like our work and what we're doing. And
that was the same day we went to West Virginia.
Yep, left later that morning, so that was fun. But West Virginia, that was super fun. Got to meet the client in person. We hadn't done that yet. We'd just been kind of working remotely so far with them, and so that was good to put a face with the names and vice versa. They're happy. We're super happy. We're doing more work for them, so.
Well, I would say they're as awesome as we had hoped they would be in person.
Yep.
The football game was fun. We also got to check out the basketball coliseum, which was newly renovated as well.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool. I liked being there.
Yeah. In fact, I was watching them on ESPN the other night, and they were playing at home in the Coliseum, and I was like, hey, I gotta go back, watch a game. And of course my boys were both like, I'm going with you. So
well, the other cool thing about when we were meeting there at the Coliseum was Bobby Huggins, legendary coach. He was a couple wins away from 800?
800, yeah.
He was a couple wins away, and so we were actually talking about him when he was a couple offices down, and unfortunately we didn't get to meet him in person, but that would have been fun.
Yeah. So anyways, that was good. That was December. Wow.
Well, on the way back, we hung in Pittsburgh for a day.
Oh, yeah.
Which I had never been before.
I like Pittsburgh.
It was fun.
Yeah. I want to go watch either a Steelers game or a Pirates game now.
Yeah.
That was super cool.
Penguins.
Or Penguins, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, then what? We came home, then we, Christmas time, Santa Claus came.
Yeah.
What happened? Then rang in the new year.
Mm-hmm. We've gotten some new clients in the meantime. We've done a few other pitches. We've been busy boys.
We've been really busy. So sorry we've been kind of on hiatus, but we Yeah, we just had a lot going on. So, but we're back.
We're back.
And so now where are we at? February?
We're at February. What happened February 1st?
So something cool for Creo Arcade and for all of our clients.
And the world.
We hired our first ever full-time employee. We've had some interns and some part-time folks, but and it's actually someone that we had already been working with, more in a contract basis off and on. So his name is Jan Christensen. Unfortunately, he's at a doctor appointment right now, but he'd probably be on here. He'll probably join us in the next episode. But so Jan Christensen, awesome dude. He is a web developer. He back in the late 90s, him and I actually worked together for my first ever web gig, and that's
How old are you?
I'm kind of old, but anyway, so any of my actual coding or tech skills on that side of that hustle, if you will, is I can attribute to him. He taught me a lot. I taught him a lot about Photoshop and things like that. So it was always a good marriage of skills there between him and I, and then him and I worked together for 6+ years. And
then I started working with you guys in 2003.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't teach Jan anything, but
Yeah.
But I did work with you.
You did work, yeah. You at least, yeah.
It's kind of like getting the band back together.
Right. I think we got coffee together a few times.
Right.
Maybe, but seriously, so when we went our separate ways over the last bunch of years, he's done some things too, and we kind of got back together about a year or so ago on some specific projects where we needed some help, and I reached out and was able to find him again, and just the stars aligned, and he had a desire to come here full time, and we had a desire to have him here full time. So it just all worked out great. So
we've kept it busy so far.
Yep. Yeah, we got a lot going on. And as a company, we've always offered web and digital services. I mean, we've already brought a lot to the table, but now with him on board, and as that side of our business grows more for our clients, I mean, he puts us way over the top because he has such a vast, deep understanding of so many different technologies. Not just web development, just application wise, server side development. I mean, the whole gamut of things. So, so look out.
Look out.
So that's February 1, and then where do we know? We had the Super Bowl in there.
Super Bowl. That was 5 days ago now.
Yeah.
And most places will give their review that night or the next day.
Yeah. But we're not on the ball.
No, we wanted it to sink in. We wanted to really, really think about these.
We wanted to look at all the analytics.
First of all, hell of a game.
That game, Tom Brady is. I already liked him before. The guy is. Although this is funny, I saw it today. Since we're talking, I was going to call him the greatest of all time, but I saw there was an article today. Joe Montana, who is also a great quarterback, someone I totally admire, grew up watching. Hall of Famer, he said, "Well, hold on, everyone. I don't know if you could call anyone the greatest of all time. I think everyone's played in a different era. So depending on when you played, it kind of dictates your level of greatness. So he's like, I don't want to call anybody the greatest of all time because it's not. You can't really put them all in the same basket. Which I'm kind of like, okay." Maybe is a point, but
that's the argument for every sport. You get the Michael Jordan versus Kobe versus LeBron James.
I had the same argument with my kids last week about LeBron versus Jordan, and I'm like, no.
Right.
LeBron James is good, but he's no Michael Jordan.
Well, either way, that's not what we're talking about today. Tom Brady's awesome.
Oh yeah,
I like him. Belichick's my favorite coach.
Yeah. Gronkowski likes to party.
He sure does.
Anyways, so the game was awesome. Lady Gaga. I thought it was for what it was. I thought it was really good. I've seen some. I know some people are like, man. Yeah. Was it Prince? No. Was it whoever? Michael Jackson? No. But there's been some pretty whole hum ones the last bunch of years. I thought hers was pretty entertaining.
I think the problem for me is you have to really really enjoy it. You have to love somebody's music.
Probably.
There's a couple of songs she has that they're catchy to me. But so
they need more pyro.
More pyro would be great.
Yeah.
She jumped off the top of the stadium.
Or did she?
Or did she? And they had those weird drone light things.
That was cool.
It was cool when she found out what it was, but when I didn't know, I'm like, that's super cheesy.
The only thing I would have to say I didn't like, now that I think about it, at the very end when she jumped off and caught the ball and thing or whatever, but she like slammed on her mic like she was like a mic drop, but wasn't a mic drop. It looked really forced. Like she didn't.
I think
it
was
didn't look
more
natural
at that time.
Oh, like you're cold.
Right. Hey, how about those ads?
The ads were pretty good. Pretty obvious statement with the sign of the times.
Yeah.
There's a lot of political kind of immigration, undertones there. Some are maybe more over the top than others. Some maybe more reserved. There was a couple other kind of like civil rights kind of motifs in there, if you will.
Well, here's what I'd like to say about that, though.
Yeah.
You look at the 84 Lumber. So I just actually rewatched this a little while ago. Was it really, during the game, was it really 5.5 minutes long?
It was super long. It was like a little mini movie.
Yeah. So you look at that one, you look at the Coca-Cola, what else was there? There was the Airbnb, the Audi commercial talking about the daughter and equal rights, things like that.
Equal pay. Yeah.
Right? I would have to say, regardless if you like the message or not, every one of them was so beautifully shot, and I feel like that's to me that's always always the thing about the Super Bowl is you spend all this money, and I feel like they spend all this money to run the commercial, but not all the time, do they produce it well and make it and have a good message. So regardless of your viewpoint on it, that was awesome. They're all beautiful.
Yeah. The 84 Lumber one, for as long it was, and I mean it was a good message. It got a little long for me. I like the idea of taking it to the web for more, but then I didn't do it at that moment. But the next day I was gonna go check it out. But then I had read all these articles about how their website crashed.
Oh,
because they had so many people trying to go do it. That was my kind of a fail for me.
Hey, you know what?
It's like, well, if you know and you're going to spend all that money, you got to make sure your website can handle that.
And maybe that's what it was. When I watched it today, it was 5.5 minutes. But you're right. I forgot it said, go to the web to find more. Right. So it probably wasn't 5.5 during the game. It was.
It was still pretty long though.
Sure.
Maybe it wasn't 5.5 minutes, but it was probably 4.5 minutes. No, I don't know.
Right.
It was long.
I wrote down a bunch of notes here, just a couple highlights. I really liked what Honda was doing with that yearbook thing, Chasing Dreams.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't equate it to Honda or the car, but I thought that was kind of cool.
Was it Honda? That was Toyota, wasn't it?
It was Honda.
It was?
See, that's the problem. Neither one of us know.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure it was Honda. But you got the Steve Carell talking.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I got it right here.
And he wrote he's like, that was a rhetorical question, Daryl. Kind of like that line.
Yeah, that was good.
I love, they had the Pirates of the Caribbean, the new trailer for that. It seemed like there's a lot of movie trailers like usual, but I love that they used the Johnny Cash song in that. Yeah. And obviously the special effects were great.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of different ones, I guess. None of them really overly stood out to me, but except for more, again, those political themes or whatever. But I know a lot of people that friends of mine on Facebook all commented on the Mr. Clean ad, and I thought it
creepy as hell.
It was creepy, but I thought it was kind of, I don't know. When you think about what they're selling and I don't know, I thought that it was I would call it cute.
I had a personal connection to one of them.
You were Mr. Clean?
Well, I mean,
you saw yourself as Mr. Clean.
No, the Ford commercial, the
stuck.
It was No one likes being stuck. So,
I like that one a lot.
So if you remember, that was the one where they were stuck in a chair. Somebody was stuck in a chairlift. Somebody was stuck in a snowdrift. And a bunch of these situations. Well, a few weeks ago, Jeff and I were working out at the gym, and
oh yeah.
I had one of those dry fit shirts in my bag, and we were done. This is after the shower. I threw this shirt on, and my wife and I apparently have the same shirt, except hers is much smaller than mine. So I put it on and I couldn't get it off. And I was freaking out. So Jeff had to take my shirt off for me.
I had to peel it off of him.
So instantly when I saw that commercial, I was like, yep,
been there. Yep.
Now I want an automated car.
Yeah, that was...
Well, I know you might not have a favorite, but I have hands down favorite.
Oh, snap.
Are we ready for this?
I'm ready. You want a drum roll?
Yeah, I do. The Avocados from Mexico Secret Society ad.
That was pretty good. I like that one a lot.
I loved it. I thought the humor was spot on. I thought they had the perfect actors and actresses.
Well, they had John Lovitz. Anyway, John Lovitz I love. So
every line they had I thought was funny.
Yeah.
I thought they had the right people delivering it. And, I think all the political stuff and all these other commercials, they were beautiful. They were great. But come on, I'm here to be entertained too. And so that's going to go as my favorite.
Yeah, that is a good one.
They brought up the deflating footballs.
Yeah. Here's one that it wasn't like the greatest, but I thought it kind of made me from a branding sense. I thought it was for what it is that the buy juice drink or whatever that is.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what that was.
Well, it had Justin Timberlake and it had Christopher Walken in it.
Yeah.
And of course they had the old NSYNC bye bye bye. I thought that was it was kind of cheesy that they obviously, but an hour later it was in my head still and it made me think of it. So it was, I don't know, I felt like it was fairly effective as a branding ad, but outside of that, what else was there? I don't know.
I don't think you watched the show, the Netflix show Stranger Things. Did you?
No, I need to go on Netflix and start watching that.
So they did a little teaser trailer for season 2. I thought it was pretty intriguing, and it was a good teaser for me.
Hold on, I opened my beer here. Boosh.
That made both of us laugh. It's so dumb.
Dumb, but
yeah.
Here's the thing though, Bush beer, like, I don't know, right away I thought of my dad because he's like a Milwaukee's Best, Bush, Natural Light kind of guy.
Yeah.
So totally, I laughed and
he drinks them in a stream, like
pretty much.
The show.
Yeah.
Another funny one. I don't think there was a lot of humorous ones that I saw, but the Skittles one makes me laugh even thinking about it. That's the romance one where the girl is or the guy is outside the window yelling Katie and throwing Skittles in the window trying to get her attention. And she's sitting there eating them, and then the mom and dad, the cop, the burglar.
That's pretty good.
I thought that was good.
That was good.
Laugh.
That was good.
Anything else?
I don't know.
The Nintendo Switch commercial, it was a minute 40, and I thought they had a great soundtrack, and to me it got me really intrigued. I saw this system was coming out, and I had no desire to even look into it, but now I'm intrigued. It looks pretty cool. I think Nintendo has owned the handheld gaming market for years, and now they're trying to. It looks like I think what they're trying to do is combine that handheld with the console system, and to me they've always been of all the systems my family's ever had. That it's always fun when you have people over, whether you're doing a party or the kids are getting together or something. It's always the one system they always go back to because it's so fun. You got all these mini games and stuff and. To me, this looks like it's going to be a hit again with those little mini games and all that kind of stuff. And I never got into Zelda, but the Zelda game for that looks amazing.
Yeah.
You're not a video game guy, so we'll just move on.
Yeah. No, but here's one. This was real quick, and then I think we should get off Super Bowl because we're 5 days late.
No, because we had.
And we had. Yes, I forgot our shtick there. No, but one thing that I thought was. So it was the H&R Block. Get Your Taxes 1 with John Hamm. There was the one, but the way it started out, it was a Watson related thing. But right away, even though it was H&R Block and John Hamm, I knew it was a Watson thing. So I was just like, dang, I really must be paying attention to these other Watson commercials because. For some reason, right away, I'm like, this is a Watson commercial. And sure enough, it was a collaborative thing with H&R Block, which if you've seen any of their current campaign, followed much of that, but it also had much of some of the Watson related stuff. So I thought it was a actually a really good co-branding ad there for them. So the fact that right away it popped in my head, and then sure enough, there's Watson on that towards the end of it. I thought, oh, here we go. So
hey, before we get off this for a second, I went online today and did a little show prep here and tried to find some of these commercials.
You do show prep?
Gotta start out new. Anyway, so I started looking up, trying to find all the commercials, because for some reason, every time I watch the Super Bowl, everybody will be talking about certain commercials the next day. Was I in the bathroom? Was I
getting more chili?
Or whatever.
Getting more chili.
So I wanted to kind of make sure I saw them all. And I never saw this, and I don't even know how they presented it. They didn't show the commercials, but it was an interview with people from Tostitos, and they were talking about how the Super Bowl is always a great platform to introduce new things, and they were talking about this new bag. And I really had no idea what they were talking about. But then they went on to talk about it. There's this little sensor on it. And this woman says, you blow into this. And if you've been drinking, it'll turn red. If you haven't, and hers turned green because she's like, well, I haven't been drinking today. Anyway, somehow a code for Uber comes up. If you've been drinking, it's a $10 off coupon for Uber.
What?
It was amazing. I want to look more into it. It was on Forbes.com.
Wow.
And they said it's very limited edition, and it's not something they're probably going to roll out, as a long-term solution, but it was something they were working on. And I thought, wow, is that cool?
Wow.
I like the fact that Tostitos and Uber were, first of all, two powerhouses are combining.
Right.
But just I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool.
Huh. I love that stuff.
Yeah, and I want to see more about it. So later on.
That's kind of like, what was it? Was it last year? Was it Budweiser with the little hockey lamps you could get?
Oh yeah.
Hook up. So when you're watching your favorite hockey games and the goal goes off, it actually has a lamp going off in your living room.
Yep. Here's the problem with that.
Yeah.
I DVR most of the games I watch, so I'll watch them like 3 hours later. So
sure.
Is my lamp gonna go off 5 times, and now I know the Wild scored 5 goals?
Right.
I don't know. Something to think about.
Huh. Anyway. Wow. Cool.
I bet you that anyways was really loud into the microphone.
So real quick, since you said that, someone said that I tend to be kind of loud.
What?
Yeah. I had a death in the family this last week, so I was home for a funeral, and I was talking to someone outside in the lobby area of where the lunch and everything was, and my cousin came out of the bathroom and she says, "Oh, I thought I heard you out here because I heard everyone else like just this like mumble, and then I heard Jeff." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks."
You know what is great about that?
What?
Is your impression of her was louder than your voice, so she must be really loud.
She's super loud. Anyways.
Hope she's not listening.
She probably isn't. But anyways, what else you got?
Well, I guess one stat, this is the last thing I have about the Super Bowl, but one stat I was reading, and this was before this Super Bowl happened, so they didn't have this year's numbers, but what was it, roughly $5 million for a 30-second commercial?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of actually big businesses pulled out this year because they thought they didn't see the return on that. Well, this article was saying that $5 million for 30 seconds is actually a bargain.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the 115 to 120 to, upwards of whatever for viewership. If you really break that down, you're looking at, for $5 million for 115 million viewers, you're looking at 4 cents per viewer.
Sure.
Now, yeah, that's a hell of a lot of money, but if you're a big company that can afford it, I mean, whether it's a branding campaign or launching a new product, I mean, that could pay dividends, I think.
Yeah.
And obviously that's why companies are still doing it. But I just thought that was an interesting take. I always get caught up on the $5 million for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So it was good to hear that.
Well, mostly because I think when you hear that, you think about yourself like, man, I don't have $5 million.
Right.
Where are you just going to get $5 million for a commercial?
Or if a client came to us and said, we want to do a Super Bowl commercial, and by the way, we're spending $5 million to place this, so it better be good.
Yeah. Oof.
Maybe better than good.
Yeah. Oh, this reminds me. There's a new show on Comedy Central called Detroiters. Have you seen it?
No.
Jason Sudeikis made it, and I forget the other person.
Your mom.
Nope. No, but I watched it last night. It's the first episode I've seen, and it was kind of funny at times, but it's basically about these two young guys in Detroit. Like one kid, his dad owned a ad firm, and his dad's crazy now, and so he inherited the company from him, and they're doing just like really bad local advertising kind of basic things. But then they, in this episode, which I think is the first one, they run into Jason Sudeikis at a restaurant where he's like the head of marketing at Chrysler or something, and they basically go in there and just like wouldn't take no for an answer, and they were supposed to go and like meet him the next day and thought they were going to do this big pitch for Chrysler, and actually found out later that Jason Sudeikis was just being nice. But on their course of driving to Chrysler, they happened to run him over in the parking lot. Yeah. Anyways, you should watch it.
Gotta see it, huh?
I don't know if you got to see it because, like I said, I laughed a little bit. So it's not but because it's ad related, it was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm intrigued to watch at least one more.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if it gets any better. But anyways.
Well, should we talk about the forecast of 2017?
We got lots going on.
I think one little plug I'd like to make is Jeff and I will be doing the polar bear plunge here in, is it 8 days?
Yeah, I should probably maybe like try and get some more like donations.
Yeah, you can go to our Facebook page if you want to donate or plunge with us. But It's 8 days away, and
I did it last year for the first time.
We got some big shoes to fill here. We got 2 consecutive years of being the small corporation champions for fundraising. So
it's really cold.
It's really cold, but it's really fun.
Yeah, yeah.
And it goes to a good cause. It's for Special Olympics, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah. I mean, I committed to it.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess one more charitable plug while we're talking about that. The same day is the Yeti Tour, which we've been a part of since its inception, and you should check that out at YetiTour.com. And
if you like snowmobiles and Yetis.
And helping the March of Dimes.
Yeah, like babies and stuff.
And snowmobiles. Did we mention that?
Oh, yeah, there's snowmobiles.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Yeah, the rest of this year, I mean, we're poised to take another big step this year, I think, and
you're gonna get sick of all the websites we're launching here in the first quarter.
We have a lot of smaller websites that we're doing that are all great, and we appreciate all those clients and stuff. There just happens to be a lot of them, a lot of volume,
and a couple pretty large ones.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, we're going to, speaking of websites, little inside information, we're going to be redoing our own website here.
Yep. And we've got some other things tied to that we'll probably talk about in the future here as we get a little closer. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on here at Creative Arcade this upcoming year, and a few speaking engagements later in the year I think we're signing up for. So we plugged a couple of our charitable things. We're on the brink here of doing our biggest ever pro bono project, which we're not gonna. Well, that's about all we'll tease at this point. Yep.
It's gonna be big.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a cool thing for us as a company and for the region that we live in. Up here on the shores of Lake Superior, Gitchy Gumi.
That sounded like a beer commercial.
Did it?
Yeah.
How about this one? Bush.
Keep going. I'll talk over it. It's a nice little background music. And I think probably the most important for everyone listening, more podcasts.
Yeah, definitely. And more often.
More often.
I know you're already freaking out.
I know. Subscribe, right?
Subscribe. iTunes, with our new website, maybe through the website. I think we have to figure out a way to do that right through the website. Yeah. So more of that. And honestly, I think we're going to have a lot more insights to share, not just all of our witty humor all the time. I think we'll actually have some little deeper insights. So yeah, if you're wondering where we've been, well, we're back. And if you're wondering whether you should stay on any longer with us, yes, because A, we're really good at what we're doing already, and B, it's just going to get better. So
I think other podcasts do this, right? They ask people for submissions and ideas and questions. Maybe
we should get like we should do like a traditional kind of like separate phone line, and they could just leave like voicemails.
Sure, I like that. Maybe we could do a live broadcast sometime.
Ooh, I like that.
Have people call in.
All right. Well, with that, I think we kind of got us caught up to speed from the last 5 months or whatever, 4 months.
It's not quite. I guess it is that long.
Yeah. Time goes by when you're having fun. No, time flies.
Right.
Okay. Cool. Well.
Goodbye now.
See you later.
Type your password in so you can turn off the program.
Why is this?